Hello, dear friends. Welcome to Padhai Se Dosto YouTube channel. In today's video session, we are going to discuss about chapter number 9 of your 9th standard geography syllabus. So, in this chapter, we are going to discuss some concept about trade. So, how this trade happen and what exactly comes under this particular terminology that we are going to discuss in this particular chapter. So, it is very interesting and very relevant to our day-to-day life. Okay, so let's begin. But before we start the actual concept of this particular topic, I want you to answer some questions, or you have to gather, or you have to recall some information which about the activities you are doing in your day to day life. So these questions are based on your day to day life, whatever activities you are doing. Okay, so let's try to collect the information about that particular activities, economic activities, from this questionnaire. Okay, so here the first question is that make a list of commodities which you use daily. So what things you use daily? So we are consuming milk, vegetables daily. We are going to school or our office by bus, by auto rickshaw, or by our cycle, anything. So there are many things which we are using daily, the pen, notebook, book, anything, whatever you are using. So you just have to list down those communities. Okay, then next question you have to ask that who uses these communities. So there are n number of communities in market which are available. Then who uses all these communities? So you can able to narrow down the use of that particular community, application of that particular community. Okay, and you can able to categorize the groups by taking base as a different age group of the people. You can take base as a male or female. You can take base as a children, adult, and the old age people. So you can take any type of age group, and you can able to classify those community that it is used by which type of age category group. Okay, then the next question, write the source of supplies of these commodities. Okay, so different commodities we are using in our day to day life. So you have to find the source of supply. Okay, then the next one, from where do you buy these commodities? Okay, so there are different outlets in market from where you can able to buy these commodities, right? So you have to identify such a places from where you buy those commodities. Okay, the next one question is that what do you call the act of buying and selling? So whatever buying and selling you are doing in market, or you are doing some buying or selling on some online portal, or from any mode you are doing this activity, buying and selling. So what do you call that particular act of buying and selling? That you have to answer. What does shopkeeper take in lieu of the commodity? So कोई भी शॉपकीपर आपको कोई कमोडिटी देता है या कोई प्रोडक्ट आपको बेचता है, तो उसके बदले में वो क्या लेता है? सो दैट यू हैव टू आंसर. From where do these commodities come to the market? So that might be question in your mind. From where have you brought them, and what is their main source? Okay, suppose you are using mobile phone. Okay, so from where this mobile phone came in that particular mobile shop? Okay, that might be question in your mind. What is the main source of that particular mobile phone? Which type of raw product used to manufacture this particular phone? So to obtain this information, you have to do some research work on your own. The research work means you just have to recall all the thing. You can able to take information from your elder brothers or sisters, or from your parents, or from any person who is well aware about all these question, which is in contact with you. Okay, so you can ask such a question to those such a people also, and you can able to discuss this thing among your friends also, and write it against the commodities in the list. Okay, so you have to make a list of all these commodities, and you have to answer these different questions in that particular list. Okay, try to analyze these things, so you will get some idea about what we are going to discuss, and what is the relevance of discussing this topic trade, and the different concept which coming under this trade. Okay, so to understand all the market conditions, how this trade happen, what is the importance of currency. Okay, so all these things you can able to understand if you try to find out the answers of these questions. So I hope guys you will do this particular exercise, and then you will do or you will study this geographical explanation behind that. So let's discuss about it. On the basis of the information obtained above, you will realize that we buy the goods we need from shops, from market, or some malls around us. Okay, so it is a common practice now. Whatever we want, we just go to shop or any particular marketplace or any mall, and we just purchase the commodities which we want. Okay, generally the sellers of these goods are not manufacturers of these goods. Okay, suppose there is a vegetable vendor in your gully mohalla, and he or she is selling the vegetables to you, but he is the real manufacturer of all these goods vegetables. So that vegetables might be come from some rural area. Okay, so they transported by some farmer to the mandi, then from mandi to wholesaler, from wholesaler to retailer, and then from retailer to that vendor. Okay, and then that particular commodity is purchased by us. Okay, so this is the way of that particular product from the farm to our plate. Okay, so you can able to understand these things. Okay, so they bring these commodities from somewhere else. It is not necessary that these commodities are manufactured in our surroundings only. Okay, these manufactured at places very far away. They could be the first brought by retail seller from wholesale market, factories, or agriculture product from market communities. Okay, like this APMC mandi, right, etc., and then they reach to us. So there is a long supply chain of all these commodities or products whatever we are purchasing from different shops, markets, and malls. Okay, so you just have to do one small activity over here. You get the products from there, from other places. Similarly, find out where the special products or items made in your village or city are sent. Okay, so हर एक शहर और हर एक टाउन अलग अलग प्रोडक्ट की मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए जाना जाता है। तो आपके शहर में ऐसा कौन सा प्रोडक्ट मैन्युफैक्चर होता है ये आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है, और वो कहाँ कहाँ भेजा जाता है ये आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इन नासिक grapes are very famous. So these grapes are sent to different European countries, different Gulf countries. Okay, also these grapes are used for different wineries to make wines, and these wines they are again exported to different cities in India as well as in different western countries. Okay, or the outside world countries. Okay, so likewise you have to identify the commodities which is manufactured in your town. Okay, so why we are discussing all these things? So why there is a need to discuss the supply chain of any particular commodity? Because we want to understand the cycle of trade. Okay, how this cycle goes on, and why this trade is important to have a healthy economic life of particular society. Okay, how we are able to fulfill our all different kinds of needs by efficient trade practices. So that we are going to discuss over here, and that's why we are discussing all these questions and about the supply chain of whatever commodities we are consuming in our day to day life. I hope guys it is clear to you. So let's begin with some simple concept which is useful to understand the cycle of trade. Okay, so we have various needs in our day to day life, right? We buy various things to satisfy these wants, and when we buy them, so we create a demand of that particular commodities. Okay, so that demand is created in market. Suppose you want to purchase rice. Okay, so you just go to the shop, you ask shopkeeper that you want to purchase 50 kg of rice. Okay, so if it is available to that shopkeeper shop, then he will directly give it to us. Otherwise he will ask wholesaler that I want this much rice, so I will send my person to your warehouse, just send this much amount of rice, and then he will sell it to us. But that warehouse person, he also have to put certain demands to the farmer that we want this much amount of rice. Okay, so this demand is generated by the people in market, and according to that there is a supply of different commodities or products in market. Okay, some डिमांड इज क्रिएटेड बाय द पीपल एंड सम डिमांड इज क्रिएटेड बाय द मार्केट। ओके, सो मार्केट में कोई नई चीज़ है जो हमें पता भी नहीं है, लेकिन सपोज हमारे लाइफ में कोई डिफिकल्टी है और उस डिफिकल्टी को सॉल्व करने के लिए किसी एक बंदे ने कुछ काम किया और उसके बाद उसने कोई तो प्रोडक्ट डिज़ाइन किया और वो प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में लाया, तो उसका जो डिमांड था वो एक नेसेसिटी की वजह से क्रिएट हुआ है, राइट? सपोज वी आर यूजिंग द टूथब्रश, okay, we all are using toothbrush, okay, but it is not a product directly demanded by the people. Okay, it is some invention made at certain place and then that particular product get popularized all over the world. Okay, so likewise demand is created by people also, and demand is created because of some necessity also. So it is driven sometime by people and sometime by market. Okay, so remember this thing. So I hope it is clear to you what is demand. To fulfill the demand for these products, the production of these goods is carried out, right? The producer supplies these good in other word he sells them to the wholesale trader. Okay, so producer कौन होता है? Suppose I am a producer of grapes. I am a farmer, I am producing grapes in my farm. Okay, so I am a producer, I am selling my grapes to different vineyards to make wine. I am selling these grapes to the trader who is exporting that grapes to different countries. So I am just a producer, and I am not a consumer of entire commodity whatever I am producing. Okay, so I just sell out that particular product in market. So that is the role of producer in the market. Okay, thus the buying and selling of goods is done to fulfill each other needs. Okay, so देखो कोई एक बंदा है, वो उसको लगने वाली सारी चीजें खुद तो प्रोड्यूस नहीं कर सकता ना, राइट? सो उनकी अलग अलग एक्सपर्टीज होती है, राइट? सो इफ यू कंसिडर द एग्जांपल ऑफ विलेज, विलेज में देखो अलग अलग लोग होते हैं, कोई फार्मर होता है, कोई चमार होता है, कोई दर्जी होता है, राइट? कोई लोहार होता है, कोई बुनकर होता है। तो इस तरीके के अलग अलग टाइप के आपको ऑक्यूपेशंस मिलेंगे, क्योंकि जितनी भी जिंदगी में हमें अलग अलग चीज़ें लगती है वो फुलफिल करने की क्षमता एक इंडिविजुअल में नहीं होती है, इसलिए ही हैव टू डिपेंड ऑन some other persons or some other market operations to fulfill his needs. Okay, so what he will do, he will buy certain commodities which he need but he can't able to manufacture on his own. Okay, and he will sell whatever things he has, right? So this buying and selling cycle goes on in the society, and this thing is known as the trade. Okay, those who purchase are the consumers of that particular goods. Okay, so suppose I am purchasing some mobile phone from market, so I am a consumer of that particular good. Okay, the producer produces and seller sells that particular goods. Okay, so suppose there is any company, suppose there is a Apple company, so Apple is a producer of that particular good or commodity. Okay, and suppose there is any Apple outlet or any mobile showroom, so that particular mobile showroom shop, it is the we can say it is the retailer seller. Okay, it that particular outlet tries to sell that particular community. Okay, so buyers and sellers buy and sells the good respectively, and it is known as trade. So in market you can able to see this particular relationship all over the world. So then there is a terminology of buyers and sellers. Okay, so here you can able to see the concept of trade by using this simple diagram. So on one hand you can able to see demand or the buying action, on other hand you will see supply or the sale action. So the correlation of this demand and supply or buying and selling action, it is known as trade. Okay, so trade is an important economic activity which we are doing in our day to day life. The economic life of people is interdependent. Why it is interdependent, I have already told you that a single individual cannot able to fulfill all his needs by his own. So he have to depend on some other factors or some other persons in society to fulfill his needs. So that's why there is a buying and selling things happens. Okay, so no region or no country is self sufficient. Okay, ट्रेड बिटवीन टू रीजन्स इज नेसेसरी टू फुलफिल द नीड्स ऑफ द पीपल। ओके, तो कोई भी आप एक देश देख लो, वो सब चीज़ें खुद नहीं बनाता, कुछ चीज़ें का इंपोर्ट करता है, कुछ चीज़ों का एक्सपोर्ट भी करता है, राइट? सो जो चीज़ें इंडिया में नहीं बनती वो हम बाहर से इंपोर्ट करते, और जो हमारे यहाँ बनती है उससे बाहर एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं. सो दैट इज नोन एज द ट्रेड, राइट. सो नो रीजन और नो कंट्री इज सेल्फ सफिशिएंट. So trade between two regions is necessary to fulfill the needs of the people of that particular country, right? As each region has different geographical conditions, each region produces specific commodities. Okay, if there is a paucity of commodity, then there is a demand for that commodity. The place where it is abundant provides the supply of that commodity. Okay, so this paucity means what? The scarcity. Suppose in any particular area there is a demand of rice, because either the production of rice is very low in that particular region, or that region geography is not suitable for cultivation of rice. So what happen? So that particular region, the people who belong to that region, they will import rice from such a region where production of rice is abundant. Okay, so that particular region where rice is not in adequate amount, so that is the scarcity region. Okay, so demand is created by that scarcity in that particular region. Okay, and the region which has abundant commodity of that particular type, so it became a supplier of that particular commodity. Okay, so the supply is done from region producing excessive commodities to region facing deficit according to the demand. For example, apples produced in Jammu and Kashmir are sent to other state of India having a demand for it. महाराष्ट्र में तो देखो एप्पल होते नहीं है, right? We cannot able to cultivate apples in Maharashtra. So apples are cultivated in Jammu and Kashmir, and there is a abundance of this apple cultivation over there. So we are importing apples from Jammu and Kashmir to Maharashtra, and we are selling some bajra, jawar, gehu to those people. Okay, so that is nothing but the cycle of trade. Okay, so here you can able to see the simple cycle of trade over here. So in ancient time there is a no currency. Okay, so people used to do the barter system, means suppose I have certain commodity, so I will give that certain commodity to any other person, and that person will give me some other thing. Okay, but this barter system again have some flaws. Okay, suppose I have grapes in my farm. Okay, and I want wheat, but the person who is in front of me, he don't have wheat, he has rice. So what I have to do? I don't have any option to take a rice. Okay, so there are limited choice in barter system, but if I have currency, I can able to purchase anything that I want. Okay, so that is the power of currency. It gives us the choice. Okay, it gives us ample amount of different choices in our day to day life. So trade is an old age concept, it is not started recently. So in ancient and medieval period, trade was done through barter system, right? In this there was a exchange of goods with other goods. Grains are exchanged in lieu of work done, or oil, salt, honey and milk were exchanged for grains. Okay, सपोज कोई दूध वाला है, उसके पास कोई गाय भैंसे है, तो वो उनका दूध निकाल के बेचता है. तो वो क्या करता था कि मिल्क किसी फार्मर को देता था, वो फार्मर उसको गेहूं देता था या राइस देता था, जो भी चीज़ें उसको लगती थी वो इस तरीके से एक्सचेंज करते थे. But there was a no currency used in this particular trade. Even today we see traders who exchange utensils in lieu of old clothes, but this creates problem of एस्टिमेटिंग अ प्रॉपर प्राइस ऑफ कमोडिटी. ओके, सो यहाँ पे आप एक देख सकते हो, अभी भी कुछ ऐसी बार्टर सिस्टम चलती है, लेकिन वेरी फ्यू गुड्स और वेरी फ्यू कमोडिटीज दे आर ट्रेडेड बाय दिस बार्टर सिस्टम इन आर डे टू डे लाइफ. तो एक इसका एग्जांपल आप दे सकते हो कि जो पुराने हमारे कपड़े होते हैं उसको लेने के लिए ये लोग आते, उनके पास कोई प्लास्टिक के कोई प्रोडक्ट होते या कोई मेटल क्राफ्ट होते, सो ये लोग उसको हमें बेचते और हमारे पास से पुराने कपड़े लेके जाते हैं, राइट. तो लेकिन इसमें एक दिक्कत ऐसी है कि उस पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट की एक प्राइस क्या रखेंगे. सो इट विल डिसाइडेड ऑन द क्वालिटी ऑफ द क्लोथ्स यू आर ऑफरिंग टू दैट पर्टिकुलर seller. Okay, so that is the thing. So there is a big problem of estimating the proper price of commodity in this barter system, right? Earlier two such problems were encountered. Okay, as a result the use of currency started. Today in this modern age, trade is carried out with the help of currency only, but barter system is still prevalent to some to a small extent in remote areas against amongst the tribal people. Okay, सो अभी भी कुछ ट्राइबल कम्युनिटीज़ ऐसी है इंडिया में जो कि बार्टर सिस्टम के ज़रिए ट्रेड करती है, लेकिन बहुत जगह पे अभी ये बार्टर सिस्टम एलिमिनेट हो चुका है और हम इस्तेमाल करते हैं करेंसी का। ओके, अगर आप मार्केट में जाओगे, बड़े मार्केट में या मॉल में, और आप बोलोगे कि मेरे पास 2 किलो चावल है, आप ये चावल ले लो, मुझे टमाटर दे दो, कोई नहीं देने वाला आपको, राइट? बट इफ़ यू गो इन ट्राइबल एरियाज, सो दीज पीपल दे हैव the self sufficiency in their own village. Their needs are very low, very limited. Okay, and that's why whatever they produce, they can able to consume among themselves, so they can use this barter system up to some extent. Okay, so this is about the concept of trade, guys. I hope you enjoyed this particular conceptual session based on trade and trade cycle. So what is demand, who is known as producer, who is a buyer, who is a seller. Okay, so all this thing, it is, I hope, clear to you. What is the demand, what is the deficit, okay, and what is this demand and supply cycle. And also we discuss about the barter system, what are the drawbacks of this barter system, and how currency is evolved, and what are the advantages of these currencies that we discussed over here. So guys, we will discuss such an interesting concept in our next video session also. So don't forget to watch our next video session, and if you like this video session, do share with your it with your friends. Okay, so thank you guys for your attention. Have a great day.